All right. So as you just read, it is so important to be organized and to find a system that works for you. And so you do not want to be that student that can't find things, that has a binder with all the papers coming out, or they drop it and everything goes everywhere. So it's really important for you to get organized from the beginning of the semester. And so find the system that works for you. And so maybe you have separate binders for your Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday classes. Maybe you have one binder. Depending on what type of classes you're taking, if you're in those heavy sciences, you have those huge books. So maybe you don't want to carry around, two binders every single day, or one big binder. So just figure a system that's going to work for you, okay? The sooner you get organized, the sooner you'll start saving time, okay? And so think about that. How much time do you spend looking for something? I know it's here somewhere, but I can't find it. And so having a clean workspace, having an area in your home that is very organized, having your backpack organized and your binders organized are going to help you in saving time. So the first thing that you want to do is figure out if you're going to use a planner or not. If you're not a planner person, don't force it. If you have tried to use a planner in the past and it did not work for you, it's not going to work. Most likely. You can try it again, but in most cases, if you've tried the planner and it doesn't work, you're not a planner person. If you are a planner person, or you're using some type of wall calendar, or a sheet you put in the front of your binder, there's certain things you want to be aware of, okay? And so from each of your classes, take the syllabi and write down the following, either on that calendar or in that planner. Look ahead so that you can plan accordingly. You might realize when you have everything laid out in one spot that, oh my God, in week 12, I have 3 exams back to back, okay? You want to be prepared for that and not realize it the week before. And so by doing this, it's going to help you. So write down when projects are due. If quizzes are on the syllabi, write down when those are due. The worst thing is to walk into a class when there's a quiz or an exam and not be prepared, okay? And so being prepared for quizzes and exams, if you have some type of presentation or speech to give in class, if there's group work, you want to be prepared for that. When are you going to get together with your group? Okay, how are you guys going to do that? Now with technology, you can FaceTime each other. You don't even have to be in the same room together. And so think about how you could do that type of thing. How much chapter reading are you going to have for each class each week? So how are you going to, account for that and put that in? And then, the other thing you want to look at is the SRJC calendar. And what are our days? Okay, so what's the last day to drop a class with a W? What's the last day to select pass, no pass grading? When are we not having school? Okay, so looking at that to see when is the campus closed. You never want to show up on a day and there's plenty of parking. You have come on the wrong day. So each semester there's 1 or 2 PDA days. Those are professional development days for faculty. And so you don't want to be on campus on those days. So look at the college calendar to figure that out, okay? So this is the planner that I use, and it's a little bit big. When I was in college, I used a smaller calendar or planner. I've always been a planner person, so some people are not, some people are. This is the month at a glance, so I really like that because I can put everything in. I'm big on crossing off days, and then you can see it goes into a week at a glance. And I like this one because I can list everything out. So here was things for Counseling 53. Here were things just for work and home and things like that. I wrote that list at about 2:30 in the morning one night because I had to get stuff out of my head. And so I've always used one that had the month at a glance and then each week because I have found that that works best for me. Here's another example of a student, if I can get this thing to move forward. I'm having problems seeing it down here. There we go. Okay, so this is actually more of the type of planner that I used in college, the size of it. This student used color-coded it, and so they wrote things out and then highlighted in different colors. I'm assuming like yellow is one type of class, or that yellow might be personal stuff. I see Super Bowl here. Blue, purple, so probably different classes go with different colors. So whatever system works for you is something that you want to use, okay? All right, some other methods that you might want to try. So the bullet journal, a lot of students say the bullet journal works for them. So this is a bullet journal. It's a journal that you buy and then you design it yourself, basically. And so a lot of students like this who are really artistic. They can do things the way that they want to do them. So that might be something that works for you. Let's see, what are some other links that I have on here? Just using a whiteboard. So here's an example, a picture of a whiteboard that the student just put the days of the week in. This wants to come up. Another thing compared to a whiteboard, this is something else that you could use. This is a sheet that I just, let's see if this comes up, that I just printed off the computer. So weekly schedule and then days of the week going down. And then this is like a sheet protector that you can write on with a dry erase marker. So you could put, you know, history 17.2. I'm obviously writing big and sloppy. So, you know, what is it that you have going on that week? And then you just erase it and do it again for the next week. Okay. So that might be something that you want to get, is a dry erase sheet protector, or you can even just use sheet protectors. That's pretty cheap. And then you can, you know, change it each and every week. So here's an example of a dry erase board. The person just put Monday through Thursday and drew lines. How simple is that? You can even get, you know, small dry erase boards at the dollar store. I've gotten those for my kids before. All right, a wall calendar. You obviously know what that is. And then we have, if these don't take forever to come up, a to-do list. Let's talk about the top 3 for the day. So what you might want to do, I do this a lot of times in the morning, is I'll write down what my top 3 things are to get done. And then I make sure that I get those 3 things done before lunch. And so it's just a way for me to kind of track what I have to do that's of priority. And then I make sure those 3 things are taken care of early on. Okay. The electronic calendar, so just using a Google Calendar on your phone, if that works better for you. You're not a physical planner. Some people, they leave it places, they never remember to open it up. So maybe it's easier for you to do it on your phone. There's also all kinds of apps that you can download. I mean, all kinds. And so go and look and see, you know, what might work best for you. Maybe people could give a shout out what their favorite apps are that they use as a planner or a study app. And then you could also just set reminders in your phone. And so that might be something that is easy for you to do, you know, to have an alert come up so that you don't forget about an exam, or, you know, you set it 2 weeks ahead of time so that you remember to study or to start that study process. So that might be another way to do that. Okay, the to-do list doesn't want to come up, but there are all kinds of fancy to-do lists and weekly to-do lists that you could get off of Pinterest if that's something that works well for you. Okay, it'll probably come up when I move on here. This is going to let me go forward. All right, so as far as organization goes, just pick that system that works best for you. Listen to what your classmates are doing. Try things, okay? Try it. If it doesn't work, then move on to the next thing. But being organized is really, really key for when you're in college. It will definitely help you to stay on top of things and to help you to remember what you have going on. All right? So try things and see what happens.